Hey there, welcome everyone guys. This is As Group. I'm Shambo and today I'm here with a Unity tutorial. A general Unity tutorial and not a dancing line tutorial. Alright, in today's tutorial we will learn about PlayerPrefs. The basic stuff that you need to know to make yourself a safe system, a high score system or anything else that you want into your game. So let's begin with the definition of PlayerPrefs.
According to Unity, PlayerPrefs is a class in Unity engine, and its description is stores and accesses player preferences between game sessions. As you heard, the definition says that PlayerPrefs saves player preferences. So we will be using it to store high score and other stuffs that you will need in multiple gaming sessions. Alright, you must have seen a high score system in every single game out there, like games that includes points and stuff. The high score that you make in one session, that doesn't get deleted. You can see it again in another gaming session. How does that happen? Using PlayerPrefs. Okay, before heading on to the coding and how to set up high score system and all, let me explain you the very basics of PlayerPrefs. PlayerPrefs variables are stored into a different file and not in RAM. The normal variables that are there in the script are stored in RAM, and all the data in them are erased as soon as you close the application window. As the PlayerPrefs variables are stored on a separate file, those data are available throughout every gaming sessions. Alright, so there are three different types of PlayerPrefs variables: int, float and string. You do not create PlayerPrefs variables like public PlayerPrefs int, like a PlayerPrefs float or like that. No, PlayerPrefs is a class and it has got various methods under it, and we will be using 6 main methods: getInt, setInt, getFloat, setFloat, getString and setString. Usually actually it's like 3 data types having 2 different ways of implementing: the get method and the set method. Get method is to get the value stored in the variable, and the set method is used to set or store a particular value within the variable. So before heading on into the coding, I have set up an example scene over here. I will tell you what is this and then head into the main coding of high scores and PlayerPrefs. This is a sample window over here. As you can see, there's a drop button, there's a text over here and 2 other texts over here. High score equal to text and XX is another text. Alright, when I click on this draw button, a random number will be picked up between 1 to 1000 and shown over here, inclusive those values. But right now there's no system for high score, so this will remain XX. So let's click on draw. As you can see, every time a random number is chosen. I would like to create a high score system where the highest chosen number is shown over here. Alright, so let's head on to the coding. First of all, you will need to use this library, unityengine.ui, because we will be using a text variable. So head into public text high score. We'll be using this. So first of all, we will need some value to be shown at the high score instead of XX. Now we cannot, so we will need to call a function at the very beginning of the application running so that we can show a value over there. As you all know, the start method is called only at the very beginning of a scene coming into play. So we will first of all need to create a normal variable like int a1. This one will be equal to PlayerPrefs dot getInt. Alright, so I'm going to get a value from the PlayerPrefs variable. That's going to be of integer type. So let's, within quotes, you have to give the variable name high score. Now you have to remember, this high score won't come up as suggestions every time you will write this variable within the parenthesis. So you have to make sure that the case is same throughout the script, throughout every script in your game. I will give comma to add one more parameter. As you can see, one more parameter is over here, int default value. Like when you're running a game for the first time, you have not played it yet, there is no high score. The high score is 0. So how do you show it? So over here I will give the default value as 0. So this method will look for a value within high score variable. If there's a value, it will be stored in A1. If there is no value in high score, then 0 will be stored in A1. That means PlayerPrefs will either return the value within high score, and if not found any value, then it will return 0. Now we will need to show this value as a text. So now high score dot text equal to A1, that is this variable, dot to string. So now we are showing the high score right at the beginning of the game. Now how to dynamically update the high score? We'll update it over here. We'll once again use another variable, name it int A1. This A1 and this A1 is not same, remember that, because we're defining it within a particular block, so its scope is within this block only. A1 equal to, once again we will do PlayerPrefs dot getInt high score comma 0. We must same over here, we are getting the value. So now before we show this, we will have to compare the values of A and A1. We have to make sure A is greater than A1, and then only the high score will be updated. So if A is greater than A1, then we will update the value. So high score dot text equal to A dot to string. That's the newest high score. Now we will need to update we have updated the value on screen, that's in the text, but now we will need to update the value with this PlayerPrefs variable, that is store a value into it. This time we will be using the set method. So as set method is used for storing variables, it has got no return type. So let's go PlayerPrefs dot set int. Now we will need to give the variable name, make sure this case is exactly same, comma the value that you will want to store. So I'm going to store A because that's the high score now. This is our very own high score system. Let's save it. Let's let it get refreshed. Our white laser is refreshed now. So I had attached the script to main camera. You see draw now. We have to add the high score text over here. So this is the text. Let's check once. Yep, this is the text. So let's hit play. And let's check whether the high score system works or not. Well, it's working right now correctly. As you see, the default value 0 is being displayed as the high score. Let's draw a number. Any number I draw right now will be greater than 0. So the high score will change right at the first click. High score changes to 264. Let's draw again. This time I'm getting a quite higher number, 733. It's stored right now to show you that this value is actually available throughout multiple gaming sessions. I'm going to turn off the play. Alright, so every data related to all those variables have been deleted because the play mode has been turned off, the RAM has been cleared, but the high score variable, its value, is still stored. So let's hit play. It was 733, right? As you can see, the high score is on display. So PlayerPrefs can be used to display high score and other stuffs. Let's draw a bigger number. Let's try it once again. Alright, so this I have used get int and set int over here because I was working with an integer variable. If you're working with a float variable, you can always use get float and set float. And if you want to make a system like saving a username, you can use get string and set string and use the input field variable, and the input field game object under the UI section. Well, if you've been this far into the video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you liked this video, and please keep encouraging us so that we can keep helping you. And how do you encourage us? Simply hit the subscribe button and share this video to your friends. If you have any problem, you have any queries, the comment section is down there below. Ask anything you want. And if you think that the comment section is not enough, you need to talk using screenshots, I have left my Discord tag down there in the description, and you can always report any problem in the tutorials problem channel of our Discord server. The link to our server is also down in the description. Well, once again, thanks for watching this video, and we at AS Group wish you to have a great day ahead. Thank you.
So this is a post video to my tutorial. Like people use post script in the letters, so why can't I use a post video in my tutorial? Well, in this little post video, I'm going to refer to all those people who watch our tutorials of dancing line, like Relic and Mazab. You are looking for a system on gem count. Alright, so you need to make this. You need to make the gems a trigger, like when you're destroying them or making them inactive, make sure you have a variable called gem count or anything else that increases by 1. Then using the same high score system, check whether the previous amount of gems collected is actually lesser than that which the player collected in the current game session. Then change the PlayerPrefs variable. Another stuff is that people might have confusion like when and how is the PlayerPrefs variable created. This variable is not created like any normal variable. When a PlayerPrefs statement is executed, Unity looks for that variable in a specific file. If it finds it, well and fine. If it doesn't, then it will create it itself. That's it. Once again, thanks for watching and have a nice day ahead. Well, I hope that this tutorial has been helpful for you, and if you have any queries, feel free to ask me in the comment section or DM me in Discord. You can find me via the tag I've given down in the description, or you can join our server. We've got a dedicated tutorial problem channel for any problems that you face while following our tutorials. Well, if you have liked the video, hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Well, thanks for watching. We at AS Group, we all wish you to have a nice day ahead. Thank you.